Well, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As I promised, this second video for today I'm going to post is all about answering the question of that came from Fleur Fleur. Yes, and if my editing skills are going to surprise me today, probably I'm going to post her question now, or I'm going just to read it back to you, and we'll take it from there. So she says, what is my viewpoint on death and karma? Do we have a free will, or are we in a loop on earth? How can we practically connect with our multi-dimensional soul on a daily basis? Self-worth and self-confidence. Is it a choice to own it? A belief, or a state of being? So, first and foremost, do we have free will, or are we in a loop on earth? There are some exceptions from the answer that I'm going to bring in. This is the answer. We don't have free will when we don't know who we really are. And who we really are, we know after a long journey of the alchemist, if you want. A long journey of self-discovery. A long journey of releasing what's false in us. If in a lineage there is no inner work done, and children are being created, and they are just a copy-paste of that where they come from, that's not going to be a huge difference between what was before them and themselves. More than that, they are probably going to add more shadow to what already is. And if you don't know your shadow, the shadow has power over you. So you can say you have free will, but actually what runs you? The subconscious, right? What is in your subconscious? That's there. And the exceptions from this rule are the people that live in archangel energy. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, again, I'm going to post at the end of this video in one of those little boxes. I'm going to post the video where I talk about the picture of the false matrix. Yeah. And there you will see what a person living in their archangel energy is. It is someone that knows who they are. They just know what is good and what is bad. Okay, next. How can we practically connect with our multi-dimensional soul on a daily basis? Well, let me tell you what I have done, right? So, some years ago, I meditated a lot. Every single day. A whole lot. I was in tons of anxiety. I had so much anxiety. Unbelievable. And so I meditated a lot. And through meditation, I started to open. Through meditation, and I would just really intuitively pick. And my intuition was not where it should have been, probably, at that moment in time. I didn't check that about myself, to be honest with you, but I was completely not knowing anything about what I know today, for sure. And so I just would pick all this sound healing, that meditation, and Steve Noble, if you know who I'm talking about, and Sandra Ingerman later on with her shamanic courses. And through all this turning the attention within, because all of it was without back then, turning it all within, I started to open up slowly but surely, and I started to connect with my own guidance later on. And when that happened, I would follow the guidance of my soul every single day. Okay, my soul would say something, or one of the beings of light, which we call spirit guides, would say something, and I would feel that being true in my heart, and I would follow whatever was being said over there. This is what I have done, but probably today I would see it more safe, if you want, to purify mental body, emotional body in particular, because there is where the demons, the big ones, are, right? You don't want to open up to all these and to have a crisis of sorts. Many people have, because what you can start seeing or feeling can be super dark and confusing. And so purifying yourself would be the first step, and then going into deep sessions of meditation and so on and so forth. Maybe you want to ask now, how can you purify yourself? Well, you know, back in the day, I would do these purification journeys. That's how it came to me. And for the people that would join me in those purification journeys, right? And what happened there? All these fragments in the false matrix on the light side, and not only, would come through. They would come through, they would be given back to us through soul retrieval, through purification of the meridians in our bodies, through journeying, right, in our chakra centers. That's how we purified all those purification journeys. I don't know, probably I'm going to be called to make more purification journeys, or probably not, we will see. So that's that. Yeah, multidimensional self. The multidimensional self is basically the archangel state of being, which is the state of being of just knowing what's good and what's not good. You just know. And to get to that, you just have to go towards pain time and time again. You have to go towards pain time and time again. You have to choose yourself time and time again, regardless, and the faith has to be strong, regardless of what is perceived at the moment to be a threat if you do so, right? What else do I want to say here? Because if you think of the false matrix on the light side, on the dark side only, also, but on the light side, the fake light side, just imagine on all that side there are like limbs, heads, bodies, all trauma is there in the false matrix. So when you are going through this process, all that's false is being stripped away, right? And it's not for the weak of heart. And what else? I wanted to add something else here. It was something else here shown. You know why they say in this case in particular, actually, the false light can become one with the false dark. And that's where they say we all have good and bad from a very superficial way of seeing things, right? And You call this mental body, and you call this the superficial layers of this experience. Actually, you call this the 3D experience. And the grandmasters that you see out there, they say, you are here to heal yourself. Well, I come today and say, you are here to enjoy yourself first and foremost, but can you? You cannot. That's why you have to heal yourself. Because that archangel version of yourself, that one that just knows, doesn't have too much troubles. It just knows. So the normality would be just a little bit of trouble here and there, a little bit of fog around my way of perceiving things. Maybe I want to create something and I'm not actually sure about how and how would it fit in the grand scheme of things for the highest good of all, you know? Now, self-worth and self-confidence. Is it a choice to own it? It is a choice to own it. My battery is about to die. I myself, I am right here owning it. Let me change the battery, I'll be right back. Okay. A belief or a state of being. It's a state of being when you are being it. It's a belief. You have to believe that you will get there. Right? And it is basically, imagine one day you just sit down and you write a list with everything you want from a heart space, right? Everything you want for yourself from a heart space, from the people around you, from places, situations, so on and so forth. And then you just reject everything and everyone that doesn't apply to that. But in this process, a whole lot of, imagine as you come down on the spiral of healing until you reach that grounded place from where this being it, being the confidence, being the archangel, that archangel state is born, a lot of confusion will come. Temptation, right? Yeah, the snake of temptation. Look at this, right? Like in the Bible, will tempt you. Are you sure that you are not too much? You're not asking for too much? No? Yeah. But this is crazy. How can you think you cannot? That cannot happen. That's why it's so important to have faith, right? Faith and the impossible becoming possible. This is where it is. The impossible becoming possible because you have faith in it and you don't give up on yourself. You stay loyal to yourself. And when I say you stay loyal, imagine, so from that structure that I've been showing you in that video of mine, the crystal clear picture of the false matrix, which I'm going to attach again at the end of this video. Imagine the line in the middle being straight. When it's straight, you are loyal to who you are. You are loyal to these desires of the heart and you don't budge, right? No left, no right, no. But if you start to derail, to drift away, right, from your desires, this is the temptation, the snake, right? And so how much do you believe in the impossible becoming possible type of situation is the matter of fact here. Yep. That's what it is. So it's a choice to own it. But can you stay loyal to that choice? When I started this journey I had a hole instead of a solar plexus. It was a hole, really. And although it is funny to live with a hole like that in you, it is very hard to stay loyal to that path, right? And so, because you really are like a leaf in the wind, right? Am I for sure what I'm saying is the right thing? What I feel, is it the right thing? But that person said, but the other person said, and then you are just, again, you know, can be hard. So this is my answer to your question. Thank you very much for asking it and for being here with me, and see you in my next one later today.